I have tried on multiple occasions to make this video and am failing greatly because I'm not doing something that I'm normally comfortably in, which is teaching the Word of God and Bible prophecy. I want to say that this is not medical advice, but is simply my story, and it could be your story as well. After suffering with chronic pain for over 25 years, debilitating pain for 5 years, I finally realized that my pain has not been caused by the structural issues that I do have in my spine that most people have without any pain. My condition is tension myositis syndrome, something that many of us with a fibro, chronic fatigue syndrome, and more diagnosis have. It is caused by a hypersensitive nervous system where our body gets almost stuck in the fight or flight or freeze mode when we are triggered as teens or adults at some point because of undealt with emotions as a result of childhood trauma. Most of the time. Sometimes the trauma can come later in life, but it is almost always from the testimonies that I have heard from undealt with childhood trauma because we couldn't fight or flee. We froze and we began to suppress our emotions without even realizing that we were doing it. And God did not make us to be turkeys and to stuff the emotions and feelings that He gave us. Not that they are to rule over us, as I have said thousands of times in counseling. The truth is supposed to do that, but the feelings that we have are important and they're valid. And we need to process them. We need to allow them out because when we don't, we are at some point going to pay a high price in the physical realm, as I have for the last 25 years from not dealing with childhood trauma. So if you think there is any chance, if you have been dismissed by doctors, told there is no reason for your pain. Yes, you've got some issues, but wounds heal, injuries heal, and there's no way that it can cause this incredible debilitating pain, and you feel like you're being called a hypochondriac as if you are making up your symptoms. I know what that feels like. I have lived that for 25 years. I know, so please know I am not saying that your pain is imaginary or it's all in your brain. That's not what I'm saying. The pain from tension myositis syndrome is often far greater than normal pain because your body is so sensitive to everything because it's sensing danger somewhere. And even when we're not in danger in the physical realm, the body doesn't know that. It doesn't understand that because of being stuck in that fight or flight mode. So I hope that if you think that may be you, that you will be willing to look at videos, watch videos, and just give them a chance. What have you got to lose by listening to one video by either Dr. John Sarno, and I'll put those in the title so that you know how to spell them, or Dr. Howard Schubiner, who is now the top doctor in the U.S. treating this condition. And the good news is, although we've been told what we have is incurable and we have to deal with it for the rest of our lives, that's not true. It is 100% curable as we process the emotions that we've been going through and begin to recognize the lies that we've believed and break the fear, pain cycle that so many of us are stuck in because the pain is so incredibly great. I hope that this will help you as it has me. If you have questions, ask and I'll try to help you as well as I can, but I just don't know how to describe this in a way that I hope would convince you to at least investigate it as I did. Because over the last 2 months, I have gone from being homebound to being able to walk every day around my neighborhood. I was able to go to church 3 weeks ago for the first time since 2019 and have been to church 3 weeks in a row. I am now going to church and helping with cleaning and things like that with a community dinner tonight. And I still do have pain, but my pain compared to what it was 2 months ago is nothing It is tolerable, and I'm so grateful to literally see, as I cry more than I have in the past 2 months, more than I have in my whole entire life, and begin to recognize lies that I believed and choose to believe the truth, that I am now starting to feel somewhat like a normal person again. And I want that for you as well. Now, I know some of you are thinking, Dana, why now? The Lord's return is out the door. And I know that. I believe that. But not everyone dealing with these conditions knows Jesus. And those who are left behind are going to be left into a medical system that even is worse than what we have right now. The compassion that is very little right now is going to be gone. The care is going to be gone. They're going to be left into a world where they're going to have to take care of themselves. And this for thousands and thousands, if not millions of people, can be life transforming as they recognize they literally have the ability to overcome this life-altering, debilitating condition or syndrome that they have been diagnosed with, again, such as fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue syndrome, and more. This is not medical advice, but is simply my story, one that I wish I had heard from someone else 25 years ago, before I lost much of my life in bed and in pain, sitting in a recliner. But I know that God uses everything for the good in our lives. And I know He has already used this, as He has given me opportunity to share with others who have this same condition, and they are already seeing improvements in their physical and mental health as we realize the incredible trauma that we have not dealt with. As we begin to deal with it, our lives will change. I hope this helps somebody in some way. If it's you, please let me know. I know my comments are turned off, but you can direct message me, and I want to help you. I do not want anyone to live in the pain that I have for the last 25 years. Thank you.